We need to create characters based on 31 different art prompts, and we need to do it quickly. In case you don't know, Mermay is an art challenge where we create mermaids. But before we start that, there's a very important task at hand. Reaching for the sandpaper, the stickers, all of the collage supplies, because this is the sketchbook that we'll be using. And it's not working. Look how ugly this sketchbook is. We need to cover it and make it pretty because we're going to be using this for 31 different prompts. It's the Ohuhu marker pad. I have actually completed their mixed media pad before. This one is a little different, but we're still going to be using a ton of art supplies. I want to attempt to use watercolor in it. We're also going to use acrylic markers, obviously alcohol markers, color pencils. We're going to be going for everything. And as for the cover, this is just a load of random papers, as you can tell. Honestly, I had a lot of fun with this, but we need to let it dry because we're going to be sticking on a load of fun stickers and a little bit of washi tape. I had no plan for this. When it comes to the front cover of my sketchbooks, I generally don't do it. I get a little bit too scared. But you know what? I'm so happy that we've done this because look how cute and crazy and chaotic it is. But we're actually going to add some stickers from Lee Ellickson, Art with Ashley Monet, Tiffany Wang, Piper's Art, Senorita Gabita, and Mel's pencils, along with some cute little flowers. Before moving on to the very essential part of this project, we need a title page. Now, we're going to be talking about this whole thing very soon because whilst this is Mermay, as you can tell by the title, the biggest part of this entire project is actually that I'm starting to create my very own coloring book, my first coloring book, and we're going to talk about that very soon. But first, I created this cute little title and we've got to begin. I'm scared, but we need to look at these prompts. Mermay. There it is. Okay, the very first prompt is mirror. I think previously when I did it, it was self-portrait. We won't be doing that. Another essential part is the list of prompts, and this is the sketch. You can see where we're going with this. I'm reaching for a load of fun markers. Honestly, I do not plan ahead. I did all of the sketches beforehand, but when it comes to colors, I don't ever plan ahead. The entire marker stand that we created, every movie scene, like everything that I create, I just make the colors up on the spot. So this is what we're going with. And I've never created a drawing like this before. I've never inked an entire piece like this. And it was honestly so exciting. I actually did the black ink completely off camera because I had no clue how it was gonna look. I didn't know if it was gonna work, if it was gonna look good, if it was gonna look like a coloring page, if it was going to look like anything that anyone would want to actually color. So I did do it off camera because I really had no clue how it was gonna go. And I used the new black brush pen that I got in the stationery pal haul, which was a little bit difficult to use. I don't think the actual coloring page is gonna look like that. I don't think the line whips are gonna be that chaotic. But honestly, I am so excited. Like, it looks like a coloring page, doesn't it? Prompt number 2 is cosmic. I think we're gonna have to do a galaxy somewhere in there, but maybe instead of the background, we could do it as like the outfit. Could be quite cool. That's right, we're using watercolor on marker paper. Wish me luck. I don't know why I decided to do this, but honestly, I'm not too fussy, especially when it comes to art challenges like this. The biggest part of taking part in an art challenge like this is to really just push yourself and experiment, try new styles, new mediums, and just have fun. So I don't think the paper needs to be really good quality. We're just grabbing a medium, we're creating smart and going. And as for this prompt, we're painting a galaxy. If you've seen any of my other monthly art challenges before, we always paint a galaxy. But this time, instead of painting a galaxy in the background, I actually decided to incorporate it into the mermaid's outfit. And I think it's quite cute. So, the goals for this challenge. Well, the biggest goal is I would like to create pieces that could be turned into coloring pages. And then I would also like to create some mermaids. I feel like I should. It is called Mermay, and we definitely need to do that. But also, this is a really good way to try and speed up and complete the challenge quite quickly because we do not have much time and there's a lot to get through. Prompt number 3 is hair. Oh, maybe we could lean into that. Kind of reminds me of Tangled. The way the braid was all tied up, we could do something a little bit like that maybe. This is the sketch, and this piece was designed to be a colouring page. And this is how I'm starting a colouring book using Mermay. The idea is that by using the prompts from Mermay, or really any monthly art challenge, they are often kind of chaotic. They really get you thinking, and you can create art based on the prompt entirely or something loose. For this one, the prompt is hair, so the entire piece is kind of made of hair, but it did get me thinking of Tangled, it got me thinking of flowers, and it's something that I do want to adapt in the digital form, because really all of these are just concepts that are going to be refined when I come up with the actual line work and make the digital files. That's going to be for one huge video. I've already started filming it. It's covering the entire process of making this colouring book. For this piece I only used shell pink and Naples yellow, and I think it turned out quite cute. I like it, and I can't wait to make the digital version. Prompt number 4 is axolotl. I don't know what we're going to do for that one. Okay, this is the sketch for the next one, and this one was a little bit odd. It is actually a mermaid, and originally I was just intending to create this one for the challenge as kind of like a filler themed piece, but then I actually really loved it. So I'm thinking this mermaid is going to stay in the colouring book as a mermaid. Originally most of the face was covered up by the water, but I actually moved that because I think that this one works better, and it would work better for a colouring page. Now, what is this book? Okay, so when I first announced that I wanted to make a colouring book in the goals video that I made in December, I don't know if you remember, but I made 5 goals and that was one of them. I wanted to theme it around mermaids. And then I remembered that last time I took part in this challenge, I really got sick of drawing mermaids towards the end of it. And I think I much preferred this version because yes, they are mermaids, but they're really close up. They are portraits. Last time I did it, it was really far away. It was like a full body mermaid every single time, and that's just not really me. I love portraits. I had a lot more fun this time around. I love the pieces, even if they're a little bit crazy. And we're now reaching for neo colors because I don't really know what I'm doing, and I'm trying to use watercolors on marker paper, and of course it's not working. But yes, this gorgeous mermaid is going to be in it, and it's not going to be a mermaid themed colouring book. Okay, so we are merging the two. We're using some of the prompts to try and create ideas and concepts, but the colouring book is actually going to be themed around faces, themed around portraits in my own art style, which is stylized. And I want to make interesting dynamic characters. So that's why we're combining the Mermay Art Challenge and those prompts to create portraits of people in a fantasy setting. Prompt number 5, drama. I'm gonna get sketching.
My name is Bailey Sarian.
Yes, like a lot of cozy art girls, I do like to watch true crime. We're now reaching for markers because after creating a few designated colouring pages, we're back to a mermaid. This is a mermaid art challenge, and the prompt is drama, which, let's be real, that is an awful prompt, okay? That might be the worst prompt that I've ever seen for this challenge. What would you do for drama? If you have any ideas, let me know down below. Like, what would you create for this prompt? I couldn't think of anything. So we're drawing a little boy merman magician of drama and magician. I kind of combined them. Honestly, I don't know what else I would do. Like, drama is kind of difficult, right? But I actually had a lot of fun with this one. It's literally just alcohol markers. The sketch was already done. I've actually filmed myself creating all of the line work for these pieces, except for the first one, and that's going to be in the colouring book video. So this time around, we just have to have fun with it. The sketches have already been done. Number 6 is Sweet Treat, which I'm super excited about because I wanted to do a sweet themed mermaid, and this is the time. This is the sketch for this cute little mermaid, and we're actually reaching for acrylic markers. We're using a style that you've probably seen a lot recently if you've been watching my videos. I've been loving acrylic markers. I've been loving using it in a 2D block style kind of way, and I recently tried using it for portraits when I did Lilo and stitch for the scene series. And then I painted a ton of celebrities for the 100 heads challenge. And now we're doing this person, so I do not have very much experience, but I'm really just going with the flow. Adding shadows, midtones, and highlights. I don't know what I'm doing, but we're just experimenting. The prompts this year are a lot better than last year's. I did look at last year's and I just really was not feeling it. They were kind of odd, they were kind of themed. There was a lot of kind of Hawaiian ones, and I really didn't know if I was going to be doing Mermay this year because I need the prompts to be loose. If we're going to turn them into portraits, we're going to turn them into faces, into coloring pages, characters. We need them to be interesting enough to do that. So I think this was actually a really good year. I think this prompt list is better than the one that I did in 2023. But if you want to see that entire art challenge, it's actually in the Mermay playlist that's down below. That was a lot of fun, but this time we're focusing on portraits. Moving on to prompt number 7, Miyazaki. Okay, so maybe simple, loosely stylized. For this challenge, I want to make some portraits that I love that might be able to be coloring pages in future, but we also need some quick, loose pieces in order to work fast and actually complete the entire thing, and this is one of those. This piece was actually a lot of fun to make. It's really simple. It's a really simple color palette. It's literally just really pastel pinks and yellows. And the sketch is so cute, like look at it. Obviously this piece is now going to be super fast because the line work is already done. This is actually one of my top tips for a monthly art challenge. Get the sketches completely done before you begin, because look how much faster this is now. It's literally like a coloring page. That's all it is. And it was so much fun. I cannot wait to make my own. I hope you kind of understand the gist of this challenge. It's a busy month, but we're making the first intentional coloring pages. There might be other characters pop up that you've already met. Honestly, I think it's going to be a lot of fun seeing the entire process though, that these faces are going to end up in a book. That is crazy. I am super excited and I can't wait to bring you along for the rest of this journey. So I hope you'll be tuning in as well. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure you're subscribed for part 2. I'll see you in a few days. Bye bye.